Hi, it's Jacqueline here. Welcome to today's cooking class. I know that the weather is getting colder, so I want to heat us from the inside out. But also I've been watching a little bit of the news, and it's been saying that our inflation prices are going up, and it's the highest it's been, I think they said, since 2003. So I want to show you how you can save money in the grocery store, how you can feed your family a meal that's going to be super, super tasty, very affordable, and quick. So today's cooking class, I'm going to be featuring the Azteca tortilla soup. Now this is a vegetarian soup, but if you would like to add leftover meat that you've got in the fridge to beef it up, or chicken it up, you can certainly do that. So I'm gonna have fun with this today, and I hope you're excited for this. Now, I do wanna let you know, fun food fact. Tortilla soup originated around the area of Mexico City. So back in 1428 to 1521, Aztec was actually three city-state. And so this is where the Azteca tortilla soup comes from. Now, normally it's made by putting tortillas in a broth that's made with tomatoes and garlic and onion, but Epicure's made it so darn easy for you because we've got all the ingredients here and it's super, super fun. Now, the instructions are super, super easy. So we're gonna first start off with our multi-purpose pot. Now the pot I have here, this is a 12-cup multi-purpose pot. I love that it's got the pouring spout, which is great. So when we pour it into our bowls, it's not spreading all over the counter. I love watching it. And of course, when you do purchase this, I do wanna let you know that it's got a strainer built right in. So this is great if you're doing different types of vegetables. So let's get started. So first off, I've got 5 cups of water. Now I wanna make sure that we get some good flavor in here. And so I'm gonna introduce you to our broths. So we've got a vegetable broth or a nourished broth, your choice. This is a chicken base. This is a vegetarian base. So today, because I wanna do a vegetarian meal, we're gonna do the veggie broth. Now, what can I tell you about our broths? Well, talking about save you money, but also save you a lot in sodium. So each broth will make approximately 23 cups of broth, okay? So a lot of flavor packed into these jars. Now, it also has 7 essential vitamins or nutrients, including vitamin B12, which is really, really good for your nerve and blood system. So we love that as well. So I am literally going to just follow the directions. It says for vegetable broth, 1 cup to 1.5 teaspoons. Okay, do the math. There's 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. I've got 5 cups of water here. Let's just move my screen a little bit. 5 cups of water here. So I am literally going to add what? Okay, we're going to add 2 tablespoons with our 4-in-1 spoon. We're also gonna flip it around. Here's our teaspoon. So we'll do a teaspoon. Whoops. And look at that. And I add the flavor, yum. So, teaspoon and a half. So that is our vegetarian broth. You're gonna love it. Okay, and like I said, I could have just used water, but why? I'm a spice gal. I love my flavor. Okay, so it says, get this going with the seasoning. So I do wanna mention that when you purchase these, you actually get 3 packages of this. So you're gonna love it. I certainly do. It's cooling off today. In fact, my sprinkler system is getting blown out because cooler weather is here. Actually, on my walk this morning, I actually saw a mountain goat on the mountain, so I'll post that. So this is our flavoring packet. We're just gonna dump that in. And now it says we're gonna bring this to a boil, and then we're going to add a few other ingredients. So I've got my heat going. Using my saute spoon, I'm just gonna make sure I give this a good stir. I should mention, if you have an induction stove, you're gonna love these pots. These pots are induction friendly, and they are a higher price point item in our catalog, if you're really a savvy shopper, book a cooking class. What does a cooking class look like? Well, seriously, it's a matter of just sending a link to your friends to check out the catalog, share your favorite items. I could actually do an online cooking class similar to this with your friends. They can find what items they want. We'll collect their orders. When you have at least $250 in retail sales from at least 4 buying guests and you're the host, boom, you have a cooking class. And I can get something like this for half price. And then we're gonna also give you a little bit of a shopping spree with some free product as well. And let's not forget about our host special. So definitely if you're a savvy shopper and you're worried about fall and the price of food going up, book a cooking class with me. I would love to help you get a whole bunch of products in your kitchen free or discounted or half price. Okay, so this is almost coming to a boil. Love the induction part of this. And now we're going to add some crushed tomatoes. So I know a lot of people are doing their own harvesting of tomatoes, so you can certainly do that as well. Just throw tomatoes in and put it in a food processor. The nice thing about that is it hasn't got extra added water in it. I'm using our 4-cup bowl, and as you can see, it's roughly about 2 cups that you get in here. So this is just coming to a boil. We're now just going to add this in. Now you may be asking, could you do this in your multi-purpose steamer? Certainly you could in your microwave, but I think soups are always better when they're simmering and stirring. Another quick tip, if you're wanting to add extra protein, I'm going to be adding black beans just like the recipe says on the package here. But if you don't have black beans or any beans in your house, you don't need to use black beans, law of substitution, right? You could put lentil in instead. And as long as you just cook your soup on the stove for about a half an hour, your lentils will cook, and lentils are really, really good for you as well. Okay, so we're just giving this a quick stir. We're going to return it to a boil, and then we're going to add our additional items. Now, what else can I tell you about Azteca tortilla soup? Well, usually we put a garnish on them. So let me just grab out of my oven, because I was just fixing this up. A little hot, give me a second. Might need to use an oven mitt. Saves on burning my fingers. Okay, so what I've done here is I literally had 1 tortilla, and I literally just cut it with my scissors into little strips, and I threw it on my baking rack here, and I just toasted it slightly so that it's snappy. All right, so this is really nice for just garnishing on top. Ooh, so I'm just going to tuck that aside and let it cool down so I can actually use it later. Yum. Now, some of you might have had some taco chips, but of course that's full of salt and whatever, and I'm just trying to keep this down to a minimal amount of sodium. You can always add salt to get the flavor you want. Okay, so now this has come to another boil. Fabulous. So now what we're going to do, it literally says, okay, return to a boil, reduce heat to medium, and add a can of beans. So I'll just turn this down a bit. So what to do with your beans, if you've got canned beans, drain them and rinse them. So this is 1 whole can of black beans. Again, as I mentioned, you don't need to use black beans. Any beans will work. If you have dried beans, and with the costs going up, dried beans are so easy to do. Make sure you check out my website, jmflavors.com. I actually show you how to make your beans in our steamer, and they're absolutely fabulous. Okay, so we're going to add this. Give it a stir. We're going to add some corn, and I want to tell you a little bit about corn now. Okay, did you know that corn actually is cellulose, and your body cannot absorb cellulose. It's just not digestible at all. So a couple things you might want to do. Now the recipe actually says that you're going to add half a cup of fresh or frozen corn. Hang on, if you can't digest some of this amazing nutrients that are in corn, I'm going to suggest process it, right? Because you're able to digest it if you chew it longer, but we're not going to be chewing soup. So you might want to put it in a food processor, or when you're going to the store, get creamed corn. It'll make your soup thicker, so it's more like a stew. Kids are probably going to love it as well, but you're going to get the nutrients. So I just have half a cup here. I just put it in a little bullet, ground it up. So now I'm just going to add that to here. It's going to thicken it up, of course, because of the cellulose. But if you had creamed corn, it would be so tasty as well. So we'll give this a stir. We've got the heat turned down. And if I had put lentils in, now when it's at a slow simmer, you're just gonna cook it for about 30 minutes so that your lentil gets nice and soft. Okay, so for this, we're not doing that, but we are going to squeeze a little bit of lime. So this is our 2-in-1 citrus press. This is a savior in the kitchen. So basically you're going to take your lime, you're going to make sure that the cut side is down because that's where the holes are. And you're literally going to squeeze this in so you get the citrus popping all that extra flavor. As you can see, it literally squeezed the inside right out of it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to chop this. Let me just wipe my counter down here. See, I've made a bit of a mess. Okay, so what we're going to do, and I'll do it really quickly so that you can actually see it, and then I'm just gonna put it back in the pot so it's cooked well. You don't need to be seeing me watch soup cook. It's like watching grass grow. So with some of the things that you're going to make this look really good with is make sure that you have a bowl, and we're going to put our soup in here, but some of the things that you might want to add is sour cream because that's very au naturel with a meal like this. We're also going to add avocado. And I want to talk about, if you like zipping things up a bit, and I have a household of adults, so I can totally flavor this up. You can either put plain sour cream on top, but I'm going to add our nacho cheese flavoring. This just adds an extra oomph to the flavoring. So there we are, right there. What does it have in it? Oh gosh, this has, let me see if I can find the ingredient list, because we don't add so many fillers, it probably literally hardly anything. So onion, Parmesan cheese, we've got a little bit of green bell peppers, some hot peppers, some spices, some tomatoes, some herbs, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of garlic. So we'll just add just a little bit of this. Don't need a lot. Give this a stir. And it's just going to add a little bit of extra zip. Another way that you can add, if you want to zip it up a bit, is add actually jalapeno peppers. Next, so we've got that done. Avocado. So we'll just use our ceramic knife. Love this. You've probably seen this multiple times. We'll just cut this around, give it a twist. And then you can either put it in slices. I'm actually going to do it in chunks. I like cutting it right inside. It just saves me having to clean my counter. But I'm going to do just little chunks in here. And I'm just going to spread this out on top. Resourceful. Okay, so we've got some of our avocado. And the last thing you're going to do is your cheese and, of course, your little slices. I certainly wish that we were sort of out of this COVID thing. I love doing cooking classes where people actually get to taste the product, because when you taste the product, you know how good it tastes. Okay, so let me showcase this beautiful multi-purpose steamer. Notice the spout. so I can pour this out nice and thick. Grab some of my beans that I've got in here. Beautiful. And here we're gonna doctor it up, so I'm gonna put a little bit of cheese on top. This can be any cheese that you want. We're gonna put a dollop of our sour cream. Some little chunks of our avocado. And last but not least, I've got some lemon wedges. Just add that on top here. And you have your Azteca tortilla soup. Yum, yum. Imagine coming home on a cold day or at the end of the day, just whipping this up really quickly. Of course, if you've made it up in advance and you store it in your fridge, I always think that any soup, including chilies and stews, always tastes better the second day. So make sure you grab your Azteca tortilla soup. This is included in our Merry Month of Meals. So if you're looking for some great ideas, right now we've got a gift giving campaign going on, and there is a Merry Month of Meal collection. That would be a great idea for you to be able to try multiple ideas of our different meal solutions to make your life super, super easy, raw to ready in 20 minutes or less. So thank you all for popping into today's cooking class. I hope you have enjoyed what you saw. Here's my little tortillas. Enjoy. Hope you were here to taste this. This will be my dinner tonight. Take care, everyone. Have a fabulous day. Bye for now.